Imagine a quaint Midwestern town in 1912, where everyone knows their neighbors, and the sense of security is woven into the fabric of daily life. Villisca was exactly that until the night of June 10, 1912. If you're into true crime, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the noti bell. Thank you, and enjoy. The Moore family consisted of parents Josiah and Sarah, and their 4 children, Herman Montgomery, Mary Catherine, Arthur Boyd, and Paul Vernon. Moores were well known and well liked in their community. On June 9, 1912, Mary Catherine invited close friends Ina May and Lena Gertrude Stillinger to spend the night at the Moore residence. That evening, the visiting girls and the Moore family attended the Presbyterian church where they participated in the Children's Day program, which Sarah had coordinated. After the program ended at 9:30 p.m., the Moores and the Stillinger sisters walked to the Moores' house, arriving between 9:45 and 10 p.m. This was the last time they would be seen alive. In the morning of the next day, the Moores' neighbor, Mary Peckham, became worried. The Moores usually come out in the morning to do their chores. Peckham knocked on the Moores' door. When nobody answered, she tried to open the door, but of course, it was locked. Peckham let the Moores' chickens out and called Ross Moore, Josiah's brother. Like Peckham, Moore received no response when he knocked on the door and shouted. Ross unlocked the front door with his house key. While Peckham stood on the porch, Ross went into the kitchen and opened the guest bedroom door, where he found Ina and Lena Stillinger's bodies on the bed. Moore immediately told Peckham to call Hank Horton, Villisca's primary peace officer, who arrived shortly after. Horton's search of the house revealed that the entire Moore family and the 2 Stillinger girls had been murdered. The murder weapon, an axe belonging to Josiah, was found in the guest room where the Stillinger sisters were found. It's been found that the murders took place between midnight and 5 a.m. 2 spent cigarettes in the attic makes investigators believe that the killer or killers waited in the attic until the Moore family and the Stillinger guests were asleep. The killer began in the master bedroom, where Josiah and Sarah Moore were sleeping. Josiah received more blows from the axe than any other victim. His face had been cut so bad that his eyes were missing. The ceiling in his room also had a gouge mark from when the murderer lifted the axe to murder him. The killer or killers used the blade of the axe on Sarah, and then the blunt end on the rest of the victims. Herman, Mary Catherine, Arthur, and Paul were next bludgeoned in the head in the same manner as their parents. Afterwards, the murderer returned to the master bedroom to furthermore devastate on the older Moores, knocking over a shoe that had filled with blood, before moving downstairs to the guest bedroom and killing Ina and Lena. A piece of bacon was taken out of the icebox and placed next to the axe. Investigators also found food and bloody water during the search. After the search, people were let in to see if they could have committed the crime, completely contaminating the weapon. Newspapers at the time were filled with chilling headlines, and the community of Villisca was thrust into a state of shock and fear. In the aftermath, investigators faced numerous challenges. The crime scene was compromised, and forensic techniques we take for granted today were non-existent. Suspicion fell on various individuals, including a traveling preacher and a local politician, but no one was ever formally charged. The lack of conclusive evidence left the case in limbo, and the town of Villisca would never fully recover from the trauma. Theories and speculation persist, with some believing in supernatural elements surrounding the case. The Villisca Axe Murders have become a ghost story intertwined with the fabric of the town's history. Yet there are many conspiracies surrounding the murders. One theory suggests that the Moore house in Villisca is cursed, contributing to the tragic events that transpired in 1912. This theory suggests that the property harbors supernatural forces, leading to tragedy and misfortune for those who inhabit it. Another theory claims that local law enforcement covered up details of the case to protect influential individuals. This theory suggests that due to the small-town nature of Villisca, officials may have concealed information to avoid tarnishing the community's reputation. And the most widely believed theory is that Frank F. Jones, a prominent Villisca resident and Iowa state senator, was responsible for the deaths of the Moores and the Stillinger children. Others adamantly insist that the crazed Reverend George Kelly was the culprit, which also fits into our past theory that there must have been a cover-up. However, all of these theories are just speculation. No one knows what happened at the Moore residence on June 10th. Let me know you guys' theories of what happened in the comments. Also let me know if you have any cases or stories that I should dive into. And as always, until next time on Cold Case.